Okay. Um, Welcome back to the channel. Looking back, it has been right around a year since I made any videos, and a lot has changed since then. And I think I'm ready to start doing some videos again and maybe help somebody else out, help you guys deal with maybe some of the problems that I have had in my party rental business. Maybe save you from making some of the same mistakes that I have, and who knows? Maybe you guys can make some suggestions and help me learn and grow and help my business get better. So, uh, I have changed the name of the channel. It used to be called Rex's Party Rentals. It is now, let me switch to the other scene here. It is now called Party Rental Growth. I did that for two reasons. One, so that you would know it's a channel about growing the party rentals, and two, because I intend to establish a second channel called Rex's Party Rentals that's more for my customers, where I can put up videos about uh, how to use a cotton candy machine, the different chairs we have, the tents we have, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so that's why I'm changing the name of the channel. Um, and So let me talk a little bit about what has changed in the last year since I made a video. So last time I made a video, I was at a different warehouse. I have moved since then to a bigger warehouse. I've actually got an office, which is where I'm in the office now. Um, I have grown incredibly. I've gone from about 400 chairs to about 1,200. We'll talk a little bit more about what chairs I have and that kind of thing in the future. Um, I've added a lot of things that I carry in my party rental business. I've gotten rid of some things that I carry in my party rental business, and I think that I am going to get rid of more. Um, it's been a challenging year. Um, this, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is not an easy business. Okay, it's a lot of work. It is sometimes stressful. And it's definitely some long hours. Okay, if you're not willing to put in some long hours, don't start a party rental business. At least initially. Now, the idea is to get your business built up to the point where you have some employees, some help, and you are not working as long in hours. Um, I've made some serious mistakes. Nothing that is critical per se. Nothing that would stop this from being a good business, and nothing that has stopped it from growing. But I've done things that have, without knowing it, I've slowed my own growth down. Um, but I've learned a lot too, and I've made some contacts. And the problem is that there are certain things in this business people cannot tell you. There's a lot of videos out there of companies who are doing $1 million a year in rentals and are showing you how they're getting to $2 million. There's even more information available for somebody who has decided they want to get into the business on how to get started. How to start a party rental company with no money, how to start a party rental company with $500, how to start a party rental with $3,000, how I would spend $10,000 if I was to start my rental company from scratch. And a lot of them are really good videos, okay? I would recommend Adam Keller, the tent guy. I would recommend Lee, the rental guy. I would recommend Les, the rental journey. I would recommend the rental boys. There used to be another channel that I thought was really good, but he decided not to do his channel anymore, and instead of just leaving the videos that he put up, he took them down. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to be honest with you though. The real problem with this kind of company, where the rubber meets the road, is the in between stage. When you built it up to where it's now your full time job and you want to grow it to where you have some employees, but you can't afford the employees yet, but you need the employees to grow. That's where I am now. And I'm working through that, and I'm taking some steps to get there. Um, but it is a journey. It is not something that happens overnight. And I'm going to be real and I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to make videos that are edited. When I stumble over my words, when I pause for long amounts of time because I can't think of exactly how to say what I'm thinking, well, you know what? Sorry, that's just the way it is. Because I want this to be real. Um, so let me tell you a little bit about my company, just briefly. Um, it looked quite a bit different when I first started it, and I might get into that in the future. But um, it started out as kind of a side gig to another small business that I have, fixing windshield rock chips. And it is over time, those have flopped. I'm doing the party rentals full time and the rock chips as the side gig when I have time, when I feel like it, because it is the party rental company has grown. Um, I did the first year that I tried to do some rental stuff, party rentals. I did just over $10,000 in rentals before expenses. Basically broke even because I had expenses. I kept buying more equipment, and I had the money that I used to start the company and that kind of thing. Second year was kind of the same thing. I didn't do as much though because of some competition that I had that started up, and I ended up doing a little bit less actually. I ended up doing about 9,200, so not even 10 grand. Towards the end of that second year, I decided that there was potential here, though, that I could make this into something that I can make a living at, and you have to at some point decide, which direction your company is going to go, because there's lots of different party rental companies, and there's ones in my area that are pretty much just bounce houses and water slides. There's one that does bounce houses and water slides, but he's also got foam cannons, and he just launched his new mini golf line. I think he's got 9 holes. Um, then there are companies that are more event rental, and they do things like pipe and drape and staging and big sound systems, and they are aimed at more commercial events. And I don't mean commercial as in they work with businesses, I mean they do trade shows. They're setting up in our local convention center, and they're setting up 400 booths worth of pipe and drape. I'm not there. I'm not anywhere near that big, and I don't know whether or not that's a direction that I eventually want to go. Um, and then there's a company locally that's kind of a specialty luxury party rental company, and they do more things like, they've got 20 different antique couches that you can rent, and um, just things like that, things that take up a lot more space in a warehouse. And then there are a couple of rental companies that are almost wedding coordinators. They've got 30 different colors of tablecloths, and they've got all kinds of different fake flowers and whatever. And then there's somebody in the middle, um, who, which is where I am. I decided I don't want to be the kids' party guy. I've still got a few cotton candy machines. I've still got a few popcorn snow cone machines. But I don't have bounce houses or water slides. Don't want them. Not planning on getting them. At least not, maybe down the road if I get to where I'm a bigger company and I have 30 people working for me. Sure, because that's money left on the table. And you can make money in any of these things. But I had to decide which direction that I was going. And so the big attraction that I had for kids, which I'm not going to talk about in this video, I decided to get rid of it because it was pigeonholing me as a kid's birthday party person, and I was making, $300 off of a good party, and aim at more adult events. And when I say adult, don't get your mind out of the gutter. I don't mean adult as in X-rated. I mean adult as in weddings, employee appreciation banquets for a local manufacturer, a quinceanera, um, that kind of thing. Sorry, I don't know why the focus on my camera keeps going in and out. Um, and that made all the difference in the world. I got a better website, and I focused. In the third year, I did $72,000 in sales, as opposed to 10 the first year and 9,200 the second year. As I'm recording this, it is a few days before New Year's, a few days after Christmas. And this year, right now, I am about $400 or so underneath the uh, $125,000 mark for the year. That's incredible growth. And I am making a living doing this now. But like I said, I'm in that weird middle of the road place where I'm not a one man show, it's not a side gig, but I'm not the $2 million company either. Um, and I intend to keep growing, but nobody makes videos about how to do that. And I think I figured out why, and nobody told me this. The reason is because you can't make a video about that. Well, yes and no. You can and you can't. Let me explain. People make videos all the time. How to start your party rental company. Let me tell you how to start out. And I can do that. I can tell you how to start a party rental company and make some money, obviously, because I've done it. That's the easy part. And I think it will be easy once I reach a certain amount of sales to make a video about how to go from there to the next level up from there, because when you've got a lot of money to work with, it's easier to grow. It's the in-between stage where I can make a video and show you what I'm doing, how I'm going to grow, and talk about how I have grown. Obviously, to go from 10,000 to 125,000 is considerable growth in a 2-year period, basically. Um, and I can tell you how I did that. I can't tell you how you can do that. And the reason is because every business is different and every market is different. And what works in my city won't work in yours, okay? If you're in a place like Dallas or Atlanta or LA, it's going to be way different than what I've done. Um, I'm in a place called Lubbock, Texas. It's at the bottom of the Texas Panhandle. We're the biggest city. We're probably we're a little under 300,000 people. Um, we've got lots of little cities around us that are anywhere between 800 people and 10,000 people. If you drive 45 minutes away, there's a couple of cities that are 15 or 20,000 people. But we are the big city around here, and you may not think of 300,000 as the big city, but around here it is. Um, we are about 4.5 hour drive from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We're about 9 hours from Denver, 6 hours from Oklahoma City. I think we're probably around 9, 10 hours from Albuquerque. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've been there. We are the big city. There is nothing around us. But it also means that I've got some challenges that you may not have that if you started a business in Detroit or Chicago or Charleston or wherever, any of the big cities. I don't have any distributors here. There's no Selena Tent here. There's no Seco Dance Floor. There's no Palmer Snyder. And if you don't know the name of those companies, you should get to know all of them. And I'll talk about more about companies in the future as I use them. But because I don't have those companies around me, I can't just go pick up the things that I buy, that I rent. I've had to either find them other places or pay higher shipping. It makes it a lot more of a challenge here. It also makes it a lot more of a challenge in that a Chiavari chair that you can rent for $15 in LA, you can't rent for $15 here. And that number may not be accurate. That's just me making up a number off the top of my head as an example. The tent that rents for $900 in Chicago only rents for $450 here. It's not that I can't make good money. I am making good money. It's that it's a different market. Now, that does, however, in some way is an advantage too, because if I was in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, there's 30 rental companies that are in the niche, the area that I'm aiming at. In Lubbock, there's 3. One of them is way bigger than I am, and one of them is way smaller than I But I'm gaining ground on the bigger one pretty quickly. So there are pluses and minuses to wherever you are. And that's why nobody can make a video telling you how to grow your part rental company in this in between weird area that I'm in. Um, Again, if you got a lot of money, there are guys that can tell you how to take your business from $1 million to $2 million. They may charge you for it, but you really don't mind paying a couple of grand to increase your business $1 million, right? Um, there are other people that make videos on growing your company from the start, and a lot of the things I talk about will help you grow your company from the start. But there are very few of them that are where I am trying to figure things out. Um, and something that is a mistake for me may not be a mistake for you. Something that I bought that didn't rent here might rent really well for you. I'm not telling you how to get your company from 125,000 to 200,000, which is my goal for this year. I'm just going to have videos about my journey, and I hope they're useful to you. But even if the things that work in my market don't work in yours, and the things that would work in your market don't work in mine, I think my videos will still be worth watching for you because they'll get you to think. A lot of how you grow your business at this stage isn't just about what decisions you make, it's learning the thought process. What do I need to do to grow this business? So, this video is a little longer than I really wanted it to be already, but um, it's a good kind of relaunch for the channel. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to try to put them out more often. It's not going to be a year before you see another video. The fact that I have an office that I can come in and I can sit down and I've got everything set up already, and I'm not either trying to make videos with my phone in my truck or I've got a YouTube studio at home, but it was really hard to make videos after I got home. So now I can make them here at work and talk through figuring out where I'm going next with my company and see where I need to go. I hope this channel helps you grow. Um, Again, don't expect this to be polished. This is just some guy figuring things out, which means if you are about to start a rental company, if you just started a rental company, if you're growing a rental company, I'm a guy like you. I'm an average, everyday guy, and it doesn't matter if you're not a guy, you're a girl, whatever. Um, it'll be useful to you. So, uh, stick around. Watch the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and leave comments, leave suggestions, leave feedback. Tell me what you think I should do to help me grow my company. Maybe we can figure this thing out together. If you have a rental company that you're growing and you want to start a channel like this and you'd like to be on my show and you'd like me to be on your show and we can talk back and forth and help each other grow our companies, great. Send me an email, comment on one of my videos. Come back next time. I have things to share.